Welcome to Peachville, a place that feels like it's been plucked from a vintage postcard. Here, the sun spills over rooftops like warm honey, and the air is sweet with blooming peonies and fresh bread. Life moves at a gentle pace, neighbors greet each other by name, and every street is lined with stories. In Peachville, community is a way of life, and love, like the town's famous peach pie, is always sweet and best served warm. Every summer, Peachville comes alive for its beloved town fair, a celebration of community, creativity, and tradition. The fair is more than just pies and ribbons. It's a vibrant tapestry woven from the talents and passions of its residents. Legendary pie contests, secret recipes, and friendly rivalries fill the air with excitement. But beyond the festivities, the fair is where Peachville's heart beats strongest, bringing everyone together year after year. And this year, one special booth is about to change everything. At the heart of the fair, both literally and figuratively, sits the Love Lemonade stand. This is no ordinary beverage station. For years, it has been a Peachville institution, a place shrouded in a sweet, almost mystical reputation. The legend goes that anyone who works a shift at the stand is destined to find love by the time the last drop of lemonade is sold. Skeptics call it a silly superstition, a coincidence fueled by the romantic atmosphere of the fair. But the romantics, who far outnumber the skeptics in Peachville, point to the long list of happy couples who had their first real conversation while slicing lemons and stirring sugar. The stand itself is a charming, rustic wooden booth passed down through the years. It's a blank canvas waiting to be brought to life, traditionally decorated by the duo chosen to run it for the weekend. The proceeds don't go to a single person, but are donated to a town improvement fund, making the task a civic duty as much as a romantic prophecy. The responsibility of running the stand is highly sought after, and the selection process is a source of great anticipation and speculation throughout the town. The mayor, a jolly and slightly mischievous woman in her 60s, takes this duty very seriously, believing she has a knack for matchmaking.
Perfect. This year, our Love Lemonade stand will be run by, oh, this is going to be good, Mia Carter and Eli Rivers.
With a few swift taps on her phone, she sends out the fateful text messages, 2 digital arrows shot from Cupid's bow, completely unaware of the delightful chaos they are about to unleash. One message flies to a vibrant, energetic woman dancing her way down Main Street, lost in her own world. The other finds its way to a quiet, soulful artist sketching at a sidewalk cafe, perfectly content in his solitude. Neither Mia nor Eli has any idea that their peaceful, predictable lives are about to be turned upside down, all thanks to a legendary lemonade stand and a mayor who believes in the power of a little sweet and sour. The following morning, the sun once again graced Peachville with its gentle warmth as the fair came to life. At the Love Lemonade stand, Eli Rivers stood quietly, a canvas bag of lemons at his feet, sipping chamomile tea. His solitude was shattered by Mia Carter, a whirlwind of color and confidence, headphones on, tote bag sparkling. Well, hey there, you must be Eli, right? This is gonna be fun. I hope you're ready for a little sparkle. The contrast was comical. Introvert and extrovert, earth tones and neon, quiet sketches and glittery declarations. The legendary Love Lemonade stand had its unlikely duo.
You must be Eli. You have that whole soulful, mysterious artist vibe down. You look like the kind of guy who writes sad poetry about the rain on the back of coffee shop napkins.
Mia didn't mean it as an insult. Really, she was just being herself, sizing people up quickly and speaking her mind. It was her way efficient, honest, and honestly, she thought Eli's quiet demeanor was kind of cute. Like, you know, a shy woodland creature she wanted to coax out of its shell with a trail of compliments.
And you must be Mia. You look like you were attacked by a flock of magical pixies in your sleep.
Eli adjusted his sunglasses, using dry wit as his own kind of armor. Mia's presence was, well, a lot. Loud, sparkly, and definitely invading his carefully curated personal space.
You're adorable when you're cranky.
Mia's laughter was genuine and warm, echoing in the quiet morning air and maybe even startling a pigeon or two. She saw Eli's deadpan as playful, not prickly, and she was more than happy to volley it right back.
Don't you worry, Mr. Sad Poetry. I'm going to make this the most fabulous, unforgettable, and profitable lemonade stand Peachville has ever seen. You just focus on not looking so miserable.
Eli just stared, trying to process the sheer volume of Mia's personality. Fabulous? Unforgettable? Profitable, sure, but the rest sounded exhausting. He'd pictured a quiet weekend, some lemons, some juice, maybe a little sketching. Instead, he got a coworker who seemed to run on pure enthusiasm and apparently craft supplies. He let out a slow, quiet sigh. This was going to be a very, very long weekend. The mayor's matchmaking attempt felt less like Cupid's arrow and more like a cosmic prank. Oil and water had been forced together, and now, somehow, they had to make lemonade. With the awkward introductions out of the way, it was time to actually set up the stand. For Mia, this was the best part. Her mind was already spinning with 1,000 ideas, each one more dazzling than the last.
Okay, first things first, we need a theme. I'm thinking cosmic love or maybe glitter galaxy. Something that says our lemonade is out of this world.
Mia's tote bag was a treasure trove of craft supplies. Ribbons, pom-poms, a hot glue gun, and of course, enough glitter to blind a small army.
I was thinking something more along the lines of lemonade.
Eli's vision was simple, rustic, and honestly, a little understated. A hand-lettered sign, some tastefully arranged lemons, and a menu written in chalk. Mia's glitter galaxy idea felt like a personal attack on his minimalist sensibilities.
Oh, that's a cute start. We can call the classic one the original love potion. And maybe we can have a pink lemonade called First Kiss. We need branding, Eli. We need sparkle.
To Mia, the booth was a stage and they were putting on a show. People didn't just buy lemonade, they bought an experience. And she was determined to make it unforgettable.
They're just lemons, Mia. We squeeze them, we add sugar and water, and we sell it. It's not a Broadway production.
Their partnership was, well, barely 5 minutes old, but it was already clear. Their creative visions weren't just different, they were from entirely different galaxies. Deciding to table the decoration debate for a bit, they moved on to actually making lemonade. Eli figured, hey, how complicated could squeezing a lemon possibly get? Mia, of course, had her own approach. She lined up 3 lemons and with a flourish tried to juggle them. 1 lemon bounced off the counter and rolled right into the grass. The next shot up and landed on top of an open glitter shaker, sending a puff of sparkling green dust over everything. The third, somehow, she managed to catch, looking super proud of her 1/3 success rate. Eli couldn't help it. A weird sound escaped him, somewhere between a gasp and a laugh. He tried to cover it up, but honestly, the sight of Mia, the lemon, and the glitter was just too much. His shoulders shook as he tried to keep it together, but it was a losing battle.
Hey, it's a process!
Mia picked up the glittery lemon, giving it a critical look, completely unfazed by her juggling disaster.
See, now we have a limited edition Stardust lemon. We can charge extra for it.
Her optimism was relentless, and Eli was starting to realize a little bit infectious. He finally let out a real laugh, warm and genuine, surprising them both.
Okay, Stardust, maybe let's try a less acrobatic approach.
He picked up a knife and a lemon, showing her the simple way to slice it in half. For a moment, a truce settled between them. Side by side, one slicing, one squeezing, and, okay, sometimes spraying juice everywhere. Their first batch of lemonade started to take shape. It was awkward, messy, and full of glitter. But it was a start. And just maybe, the first drops of teamwork were finally trickling into the pitcher. The first hours of business were a masterclass in chaotic teamwork. With a pitcher of lemonade ready, Mia and Eli opened for business. Mia, determined to help, grabbed what she thought was sugar and poured it in. Their first customer, Mrs. Gable, took a sip and sputtered in shock. Mia had used salt instead of sugar. Eli tried not to laugh as he apologized. Maybe we can pivot to a love pickle stand, Mia joked, and they both laughed, disaster averted. The salty lemonade was a disaster, but it brought them a little closer. The lemonade stand became a stage for comical mishaps. Mia, now the lemonade enhancement specialist, tried to add flair, flicking lemonade into a customer's eye and mangling lemon garnishes. Each failure brought a dramatic sigh from Mia and a smile from Eli, who found her chaos oddly entertaining. But Eli wasn't immune. He spilled lemonade all over his prized sketchbook. Mia tried to help, only making the mess worse, but her regret was genuine. It's just paper, Eli said, voice tight. Surrounded by sticky chaos, they finally shared a heartfelt laugh together. Their laughter was interrupted by a small, serious boy with a fistful of his mother's money. He ordered lemonade with the gravity of a food critic. Eli poured, Mia smiled, and the boy sipped thoughtfully. After a pause, he wrote a review on a napkin. 1 star, too much lemon, not enough love. Mia gasped, clutching the napkin, and Eli burst out laughing. The 1-star review, meant as a tiny critique, became the glue that started to bond them together. After their first feedback, the booth's vibe shifted. Mia dove into decorating her side with pink hearts and pom-poms, making it a wild, cheerful celebration. Eli responded by sketching grumpy lemon caricatures, arms crossed, eyes rolling, even a tiny storm cloud. Their booth became a hilarious contrast. Mia's side bursting with glittery chaos, Eli's with wry, artistic humor. It made no sense, but it was perfectly them. As the afternoon sun dipped low, the tension faded, replaced by easy laughter at the lemonade stand. Eli, sketchbook open, watched Mia as she hummed and worked. He drew her as a vibrant, joyful cartoon lemon, confident, with a glittery heart on its cheek. Nervous, he slid the napkin across the counter. Mia's eyes lit up as she saw it.
I look like a sexy lemon.
Her smile was warm, full of genuine appreciation, a sweet peace offering between them. Just as the napkin caricature signaled a truce, the world decided to introduce chaos. The golden afternoon faded fast, clouds rolling in, sky turning a bruised purple-gray. The fair's cheerful sounds died down as people looked up, concern rippling through the crowd.
Uh-oh, that's more than a little shower.
Mia's instincts kicked in. She scanned the sky, feeling the storm's threat. The wind whipped, napkins and paper hearts flying from the booth.
I think more than a little shower is an understatement.
Eli quickly secured their cash box and supplies as families dashed for cover. The first fat raindrops hit, then a downpour blurred the world into a watery haze. The cozy fair vanished, replaced by a wild, windswept, and very wet world. The rain forced them into action, scrambling to save what they could under the flimsy canopy.
Well, this is just perfect.
Mia shivered, hugging herself, the temperature dropping fast.
I left New York to escape feeling trapped. Now I'm hiding from a hurricane under a lemonade tent.
Their earlier bickering was forgotten. The storm made them allies. They huddled together, the world outside a chaotic mess of wind and water.
At least we're not alone in this.
The storm washed away their personas, leaving them exposed and vulnerable. They waited, side by side, for the rain to pass. Silence settled, thick with unspoken thoughts.
Moving here is harder than I thought. I just feel loud and out of place.
I stayed to avoid people. Now I'm at the busiest booth with the loudest person in Peachville.
In New York, you have to be loud. I forgot how to turn it off.
She looked at him, vulnerable.
But you're still here. You could have left.
He hadn't even thought of leaving. Neither had run. They faced the storm together. The rain drummed on, but inside a new stillness grew. They saw each other, really saw each other, for the first time. The storm outside mirrored the one they'd weathered within. His words shifted the air between them. The space between them was charged with new tension. Lightning flashed, thunder crashed, and Mia yelped in surprise. In the charged silence, a nervous toot escaped Mia.
Oh my god, I am so sorry. The thunder scared it out of me.
She burst into laughter, the tension shattering.
Oops, guess you're grounded.
Eli laughed too, joy breaking through the storm.
I think I'm falling for you.
Eli's confession hung in the air, more stunning than the lightning. The rain softened, sunlight breaking through the clouds.
You think you're falling for me? Or was that just the thunder talking?
No, that was all me.
The fair came back to life. people returning, music playing. Their booth was a mess, but it felt different now, like theirs. The storm had washed away their walls.
Maybe we needed a little chaos.
With the storm gone, they had a chance to start again. Two people, surprised and hopeful in the most unexpected place. The fair buzzed again, but Booth 4 had changed. People came for more than lemonade. They came for the atmosphere.
2 lemonades coming right up.
You two are adorable.
50 years. The secret is to keep surprising each other.
Their connection was contagious. Customers left smiling.
I don't know what you're putting in this lemonade, but it's working.
Even strangers noticed the sparkle between them.
It's you two. You give off a sparkle.
Mia realized the real sparkle wasn't from glitter or ribbons. It was found, huddled together, right in the middle of a storm. The Love Lemonade stand had finally lived up to its name.
Inspired by all this love, I had another one of my brilliant, chaotic ideas. We need a way to capture all this love.
Mia pulled out a corkboard and thumbtacks, her eyes lighting up.
Let's make a love advice board. People can share their wisdom and stories.
She wrote Peachville's Love and Lemonade lessons at the top. The board was an instant hit, fun, interactive, and a little cheesy. People loved it, pinning notes and advice, turning our booth into a living story of love. The afternoon light softened into a warm golden glow, bathing the fair in something almost magical. The love advice board was nearly full, a testament to the community's spirit. The line for lemonade had finally dwindled, leaving Mia and Eli in a rare, peaceful quiet.
Want to dance?
Mia pulled her phone from her pocket, a soft, upbeat acoustic melody drifting into the air. She turned to Eli, a playful, hopeful sparkle in her eye, holding out her hand. A simple gesture, but one that meant so much more. Eli looked at her outstretched hand, then at his own feet. The old Eli, the one from that morning, would have said no immediately. He would have mumbled something about being a terrible dancer or feeling too awkward. But he thought about the salty lemonade, the frowny lemons, the laughter, and the confession in the storm. He remembered the note on the board, "Say yes to dancing in the rain." Maybe, just maybe, this was his chance to dance in the sunshine.
I'm a terrible dancer.
But he didn't say no. Instead, he took her hand, his fingers lacing through hers. It felt surprisingly natural. Mia's face lit up with a brilliant smile as she gently pulled him from behind the counter into the open space in front of their booth. She didn't force him into anything fancy, just swayed to the music, pulling him along. Eli was clumsy at first, his movements stiff and uncertain. But as he looked at her laughing face and felt the warmth of her hand, he began to relax. He let the music guide him. He twirled her, a spontaneous move that made her squeal with delight. Right there, in front of the Love Lemonade stand, amidst the hearts and frowny lemons, they danced. And honestly, it wasn't awkward at all. It was perfect. As evening settled over Peachville, the sky transformed into a breathtaking canvas of soft pinks and oranges. The golden hour, so beloved by artists like Eli, cast a warm, magical glow over the last remnants of the fair. The string lights that had been dormant all day now twinkled to life, crisscrossing the town square and creating a canopy of gentle stars. The cheerful chaos of the day had mellowed into a contented hum. Families packed up their prize-winning pies and quilts, laughter and conversations soft in the dusky air. The annual fair was drawing to a close, leaving behind a feeling of warmth, community, and the lingering sweet scent of sugar and lemons. At Booth 4, the Love Lemonade stand was finally quiet. The last cup had been sold and the tip jar was overflowing, a testament to their unexpected success.
A new record. You two have raised more for the town fund than any pair in the last decade. I knew you'd be a dynamic duo.
Mayor Thompson made her final rounds, her face beaming with pride. She gave them a knowing wink, the kind that suggested she was taking full credit for the romantic spark now undeniably present between them. She collected the earnings, leaving them with thanks and a mischievous smile. Once the mayor had departed, a comfortable silence settled between Mia and Eli. They stood side by side, leaning against the counter, surveying their handiwork. The booth was a beautiful mess, a perfect collage of their journey. Mia's glittery hearts shimmered next to Eli's grumpy lemon drawings. The love advice board was a colorful tapestry of handwritten wisdom. It was a physical manifestation of their two worlds colliding and creating something entirely new and wonderful. The day had started with awkwardness and annoyance, and it was ending here, in this peaceful shared moment that felt more right than anything either of them had expected.
You know, when I first got here, I thought about leaving. It felt too quiet, too slow, but now I'm thinking of staying.
The confession hung in the air, simple and sincere. It wasn't a grand declaration, but a quiet admission that this place, and perhaps the person standing next to her, had started to feel like home. Eli turned to her, the warm string lights catching his gentle smile. Mia had danced right through his walls, leaving laughter and color in her wake. He nervously asked her out, admitting he was terrible at it.
Then don't ask, just do.
Under the twinkling lights, he kissed her, a kiss tasting of lemons and sweet possibility. Love, like lemonade, is best when shared.